Hey you, wanna have a staring contest? Sure. Alright. Well, what did you think would happen? Hey everyone, what's up? Subscribe, like, and make sure to hit the bell icon so you can get notified. Enjoy the video. The Enderman. One of Minecraft's most mysterious mobs. It is completely unique to Minecraft, as it is the only mob to naturally spawn in all 3 dimensions. It is the only mob to start attacking you if you stare at it, and it is the only mob that can naturally and willfully teleport. It is clearly a unique mob, and as we have unearthed Minecraft lore, we think we have discovered the story of the Enderman and how it has come to this form today. So first, despite what other claims say, we believe the Enderman would have come from the end, hence the name Enderman, which is a pretty big giveaway, and the fact that the Minecraft mob bestiary says that the Endermen are literally from the end. Of course, despite this, we find in the end cities, there are things that can only be made with resources from the overworld. So how did the Endermen get these resources? Well, in order to look at that, I believe we need to go back to the very beginning, back when they first evolved in the end. So, as most intelligent creatures, I think the Endermen were naturally curious, so as in their nature, they wanted to see if there was anything else out there, a new place to explore that was not as harsh or desolate as the end. So I think that they probably wanted to clear out the central island and decided to experiment with technology. Maybe they knew it was portal technology, or maybe they didn't know what they were doing. And through trial and error in their experiments, they finally constructed a portal to take them to the overworld. When they first discovered this, they would have sent a small group of scouts or maybe colonists to go and check out the overworld to make sure it was safe. But when they arrived, it would not be as expected. Sure, when they first arrived, seeing the new blocks and the lush green environment around them, so different from the desolate environment at the end, they would have rejoiced in their success. They had found a new home where their families could be in a vibrant environment all day, with color and life everywhere. But their joy receded as they realized there was no going back, no portal to lead them home. As the realization that they can't go back home is revealed, they immediately try and explore the world for a hint of a sign, something to lead them back to their families, but they find nothing. To make matters worse, there's an odd blue liquid that burns them like an acid. As the Endermen begin to lose hope, they find something. A civilization of builders. A master race, if you will. Hearing their plight, and with the master race being curious about the portal technology, they decide to help the Endermen find a way back to the end. They construct strongholds to experiment, and they start constructing portals similar to the bedrock portal the Endermen made, but those attempts end up failing. Some members then get the idea that portals are like doors to other dimensions, so they construct the opening of the portal in a similar fashion to the crafting recipe of one of their real-world doors, so the Enderman can fit. After trying with various materials, they finally get obsidian, and using it in the same fashion construct the portal ring, then light it with heat. To the surprise of the scientists, there's a bright flash of purple light, a swirling mass of purple mist, and kaboom, a portal. They had done it. The scientists immediately began to equip the scouts with supplies, in case it is not the end. The group prepared and went through the odd swirling mass in the portal. And when they went to the other side, they found a landscape of lava and fire, red, black. Odd organisms floated across the landscape. And to the scouts' joy, there was a portal back home. Excited, they went back to the portal to tell their friends back in the overworld of the discoveries they made. The Nether is quickly colonized, with great nether fortresses and bastions being constructed for permanent habitation. And the Nether was beginning to be colonized with new organisms being found, known as mushrooms and fungi, and more intelligent beings like gas, blazes, striders, and magma cubes, more akin to the animals of the overworld. And new resources and alloys such as netherite and quartz were found. As these great discoveries were made, research of portals back to the end continued. And after several attempts, trial and error, and explosions, they finally got back to the end. When the Endermen returned, they were hailed as heroes, braving the outside world and the other dimensions, trying to get back home, with the success of End and Nether portals, along with the End gateways. But as fate would have it, after all this time and after all this success and jubilation, a terrible event happened that drove the Endermen and the Master Race to near extinction. The event that transpired in the overworld is not known yet, but something drove the Endermen to close the portals and retreat to the End. While they were in the End, desperate and fearful of the threat in the other dimensions, not wanting to face the same fate as the Master Race, they needed a backup world, someplace to go if the End was overrun. So they went back to the central island, and using the loss of their obsidian, built 10 obsidian pillars with magical crystals atop. When they activated it, they waited in anticipation for him to escape. What came out of the experiment was much, much worse. A dragon known as Jean was born out of the experiment, but not a dragon who was benevolent or full of wisdom. She was spiteful and full of hate, trapping the Endermen under her control, making them her slaves. No matter what the Endermen did, the crystals kept them immortal and alive. They were trapped in the End, bound to a fate far worse than what they would have had in the overworld. Maybe even worse than the fate of death. The Endermen would have been trapped under Jean's control forever, the last surviving member of the Master Race. Their allies and friends from long past hadn't come to the rescue, destroying the crystals and killing the dragon, savior to Enderman kind. This is why when you join a new world, you can hear Endermen trying to communicate with you, greeting you and telling you to find the eye so you can get to the End. They want you to go and defeat the dragon to save their people and make them free, finally and at last. And that, my friends, is the story of the Enderman. Hey guys, thank you for making it to the end of this video. Hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.